Hi chaps, MOP here from Beard, Biceps and Batchat. Today I'm bringing you a replay on Muravanka, yeah that'll do, in my Batchat alongside Sidnator in his Batchat and Fimo in his artillery piece. So a nice open map like this with a Batchat is just a dream come true. Lots of cover, lots of bushes, lots of hills to run around. So I was very excited when this map loaded up. So what I'm going to do initially is go to a spot on D7 just in this corner over here. The reason for that is if you remain undetected, it allows you to spot a lot of the enemy team as they push over to the forest down the 9-0 line, as well as to the hill along the 3-4 line. In this instance, the T-71s lit me up. We found the enemy Batchat, but I'm not quite done. I don't want to leave the location until I get my binos up, just to see what else is around. Now, there's a little bit of controversy, isn't quite the right word, between optics and binos. Optics, if you're being fairly aggressive early on, is just going to allow you to get spots, increase your view range even when you're moving. Binos, on the other hand, you have to be stationary for 3 to 4 seconds, and it increases your view range further. The reason I go for binos on this tank, it doesn't have, it's not a light tank, so it doesn't get the camo value that a light tank will when it's moving. So optics I find less useful. Plus, initially, in the early game, I like to play this tank fairly passively just to rack up some spotted damage. Now, saying that, I've just taken out one Batchat. I've got the spotted damage I was after, but I was fairly aggressive. So at the minute, Sidnator is just looking for a target just to unload his clip on. I'm reloading mine, 15 seconds to go. And what we're trying to weigh up is it worth Sidnator messing around isn't the right word, fighting over there to get off a clip, but risk taking a load of damage. In the end, we decide it's not worth it. Let's instead relocate. There's a couple of tanks out in the open along F4. We've got the M41 Bulldog and the IS-3 that we can empty full clips into without taking too much damage. At the minute, I've had a couple of tanks shoot me in the back, just tearing into my ass. So we decided to get out of that. There's no point trying to hold it against 4 or 5 tanks. So we decided to pick on the IS-3. First shell into him, second shell, I think Sidnator must have got him. And we start making a beeline towards the Bulldog. No real crazy reason why. It's just want to take him out so they lose sight. We managed to get his ammo rack. Second shot, he doesn't go where I think he is, and we go for the last shot. Bang. Unfortunately, that's a full clip, so we don't take him out. Now, at this point, the red team has taken the 8-9 line quite aggressively. They're moving up to the ridge down the 7 line. That means they can get shots from there onto our tanks on the hill. So me and Sidnator are repositioning to the other side of the hill, so we can use the hill as hard cover, so they can't take us out. But we can still play quite aggressively. We've got lots of open space still where we can use our influence, use our guns, and keep our guns effective as well as being active. So I decide this E4 is looking a little bit cheeky. He's by himself. I'm pretty confident most of the enemy heavies and mediums are going down the 6, 7, 8 line. So I decide to make a run on the E4 just to unload a clip into him. So he spots us. I'm hoping I get round before his turret turns into me. There we go. First shot into him. Second shot into him. Just bypass the building. Third shot into him. Get the ammo rack. And someone else takes him out. This is what makes the Batchat so lethal. If you spot a red by themselves, you can literally just circle them to death. Unload the full clip into them. And it is just absolutely devastating. Now it's at this point, me and Sidnator, we need to decide how we want to carry on fighting the rest of the battle. They're engaged quite heavily in the town. There's not too much room to manoeuvre around in the town itself. So we decide to split up. He's going to take the flank down C3. I'm going to go further down the 1-2 line and follow the K line along to see if I can get some shots into the sides of tanks without being spotted. Since I've lost quite a lot of HP, I don't want to be overly aggressive, especially if their tanks are bunched together and can give each other support and fire. So I sneak my my cheeky little self along the K line, hoping no one spots me. I've got my clip loaded. I'm fairly happy. I'm quite excited. Something fun's going to happen. Sidnator's in a great position. He's throwing shots into the flank. The red team, to be honest, is kind of screwed at this point. They're a couple of tanks down. They've been flanked. They're pushing through the middle. They've got plenty of cover, but they're getting massively outspotted. So they can't see us. We're all getting beads on them. I'm trying to get a bead in this motherland, but the aim time has just let me down a little bit. Some other cheeky chap just gets him, sets him on fire. Now it's at this point I start having a little think to myself, what tank is likely to be by themselves and in a vulnerable location if all their heavies and medium are still on the town? That's right, it is the artillery. So I decide he must be down the K line somewhere, he can't have gone that far. I'll just carry on pushing until I find him, and then we'll just take some shots into him and get an easy second kill and farm some easy damage at this point. It's too much of a risk going into the centre. Well, there's the artillery shot, there's the spot on me, I spot him. We go for the first shot, we fluff it, he turns towards us, we managed to take him out in, well, the second shot. But it was a safer option for me to go for the artillery than to plough into the town, just because there's too much stuff I can crash into. I can take damage too easily from the other guys if I don't watch how I drive. So I just decided I'll sweep round the back, see if I can deal with the T-32. If not, I'll start chasing the Batchat. Now it's worth pointing out, the other Batchat, a chap from the Bob clan, had a really good game. We played against him in another game after this and he was just as good there. So it's a bit unlucky his team wasn't superb. So we put one shot into him. I'm in two minds. Do I want to push on him because I've got a full reload? And I have a little think. I decide I like tanks going for him. If I wait just a little bit so he's preoccupied, I'll just push over, I'll keep him spotted, see if I get any spotted damage, and then I start making my move. He's going for his reload, so I know I've got plenty of time. I'll beat him to the reload. But he might die before I get to him, and I might not get that extra damage. So I decide the best way to deal with this is just to ram him. So I see where he's going, just look to intercept him, give him a little tap, throw him off course. He misses his shot, which would have killed me. I bounce another shot, and I put the last shot into him just to take him out for the third kill. Admittedly, at that last bit, I got very, very lucky. But I think it's the first game I've shown in the Batchat. Really enjoying the tank. I'm surprised I haven't shown more, but I'll look to show some more replays of it. Not an absolutely amazing game. It's certainly not a bad game. It works out. 4,700 physical, 1,500 assisted. We got the high caliber. We got a load of points for the American Dream Machine up. Guys, I hope you are enjoying the channel. If you are, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time, chaps. Break 1,000 damage. One person on their team broke 2,000 damage. That's insane. I'm surprised we lost as many tanks as we did.